Alright, so VAC Part 5 isn't going to be anything too spectacular, but we've got quite the shop full now. Hopefully this video turns out. I got my trusty light stand, but anyways, for the VAC, oh, you should undo that. I had a coolant leak and spilled a little bit. Got some dust off the floor. Try and soak that up some. Alright, on this thing, not a lot's changed. Actually, quite a bit has changed, I should say that. I got this new wire and I got the valve spring changed. I had a mystery coolant leak that I think I've got solved, but we won't know until we run it. And back here, you can see a shiny new temp gauge in there. I got battery cables that are actually battery cables. The light switch is functional now, air quotes functional, aka it moves. Couple new wires made and a new ignition switch. John's gonna put the hood down here for us. Hopefully that wasn't too blinding, but yeah, there's a new temp gauge, a new switch, and yeah, jazz. You can see. Oh. There's the ignition switch. That is actually the push button start out of the 88. We were fighting the 88 last winter, and we thought the button was bad, but it wasn't. So it found.
We think it wasn't.
No, we think it wasn't. We haven't actually started it, but for now, it's found a home in here. I showed you the choke cable already, so.
Light switch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I broke that knob off like an idiot, so. Oh well. We only have 2 lights that work anyways, but.
It only has 2 lights.
Yeah. Oh yes, yeah. It only has 2 lights. Not even 2 lights that work, but it only has 2 lights. Oh.
Great lighting.
Yeah, great lighting in here. The 77 isn't in here for any particular reason besides it's donating the 6-volt battery, and we were going to use it yesterday on the elevator for a corn adventure, but then we ended up not needing the elevator, and I just drove this up here because I didn't want to walk up here and switch the battery out. And then it got dark and late, and I just drove it in the shop. And that's kind of the VAC for now. We're going to start it here for you. But I want to make sure I don't have any more coolant leaks, hopefully. It was leaking out of here. You can't see that. It was leaking out of that fitting, and I think I just had the hose clamp not tight enough. But I put a different one on there, and we're going to see now. And here, the bell of the ball, I guess is what you call this. As you recall, 3 years ago, is that what we decided?
Yeah,
going on 3 years ago. We split this tractor because it needed a clutch. There's the clutch in there. Nice and new looking still. You know, replaced the rear main while we were in there, and I can't show you it, but we had input, or the live PTO teeth on the input shaft were worn. But, you know, fast forward and got it together and blah, blah, blah. Fast forward 3 years. Flawless. You know, flawless at work. Nothing wrong with it. Performs every time. But fast forward 3 years, and Dad was bush hogging with it and hit a wire grate. And with PTO on, and, you know, Dad says he's hit thousands of things with this tractor in the PTO, and it's got... Excuse me. You can't see that, but it's got 6,800 hours on it. Dad says most of those are PTO hours, so that's how much it's been used for PTO work. But anyways, then it was starting to tick. You could hear like a knocking, ticking noise in the center section of the tractor. So then we were just like, well, actually, we just split it. I mean, it took 20 minutes to get it to. It took 20 minutes to get it to the point of where it wasn't super torn down, where it was just split. So I mean, it wasn't exactly a long process. These Z splits are just stupid easy to do on these Super 55 and 550s. Yeah, 550s. But took the clutch pack apart. Thought the clutch pack might have, best case scenario. We knew it was with the live PTO because when we split it, we could spin the input shaft to the transmission and it wouldn't do anything, or to the gears, I should say. But when you spun it for the live PTO, it hit a tough spot. And that leads us to said tough spot. Move that box of chemicals. Definitely going to cut that out where I said chemicals. So. Yeah. Alright, here is the center section of the tractor, obviously. And you might be able to see it already, but this is the live power gear. And you can see there's there's a tooth and a half broken off of that. Yeah, just really nice. Really good for it. And that was what we were hearing, was that those tooth go around. We thought that we might have to pull the transmission out, pull all the gear sets out and blah, blah, blah. But we got lucky, and the live PTO you can take out with just the center section, so we didn't have to take any of the transmission apart. But the clutch basket, the PTO basket, see that spline shaft right there? That's where the live PTO clutch pack works, or mounts. So, and then this is your PTO shaft right here. See into it. Hopefully this lighting is going to work, but we have not found the chunks of the gear yet, so that's slightly concerning. We've drained all the oil out, but no such luck yet. So yeah, that is the 550 update. Oh, Jersey's asleep. Yeah, Jersey's not going to be asleep for long. Wonder if I can. Should we relocate this to a better spot?
We could, but I don't know where it would be.
This is just going to be mostly 77. Oh, I forgot to mention. Duh, bring my light back over here. Notice tread pattern and tread pattern. They're not the same. We'll go out here and take a tour. This is the other tire that was with that set that was in the barn that we took for us. And well, as you see, that, that's just going to hold air really well right there. But, this tire is nothing to write home about. Let's see where's the spot? Hope it's on the other side. Brief intermission. Oh. Yeah. Alright. Well, you see the patches. That was initially the bad spot. And that's where it blew out. Presumably this bead tore and it let go there, but that is the update on that tire. So the video that I posted earlier of this driving on this wheel tire is the only video that we have of it. Initially this was the bad spot right here. You see that crack right there? Initially that was the bad spot, but not no mo. Then it blew out over here, and we pinched the tube somewhere. It had a leak in it because it had a slow leak. It wasn't holding air, so yeah. All right.
I just set it on the slide right here.
I thought about that. was going to show the tread pattern on this one. It's a little different. The sidewall is a little different. You can see that the other tires don't show that. And it's mostly good. There's a few spots on the lugs, yeah, down there. But, you know, the 88's got lugs. Every one of the lugs on the 88 looks like that, so we're just going to run it. And I personally think this tire looks better than the other one, but we got 2 tires on it now, and that's all that really matters. Holy cow, we've been talking for 10 minutes. So,
I'm gonna try this.
yeah, we're going to try this. I'm sure this video is just going to be awful, but bear with us. There's been no time to film an actual video. Yeah. What time is it? It is probably 10 o'clock. 9:23, and we've been getting our time to work on stuff after doing harvest stuff and blah blah blah. Which it rained like 1.6 inches, and we haven't done much harvest stuff, so it's just been fixing and moving corn and stuff like that. So we're working with what we got. So sorry for the break of showing everything that was being done and then showing absolutely nothing that was being done. But anyways, enough talk. Here we go. Look at the battery first. This thing is really cold-blooded. We don't know. Sometimes it just runs and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. And by that I mean it'll just die, or it'll run like that, or it'll just die. Or die, or every so often it'll just stay running. Eventually it'll run. Yeah. Why it just does that, I don't know. It's fuel related, we're not losing spark. Could be our bad gas tank or line, who knows. Maybe I'll hold it up more. That was me aggressively throttling it. It's also worth mentioning, I have not rebuilt the carburetor, I just took it apart and cleaned it. So. sense because it'll do this a few times and then sometimes it'll just start and run. No problem. So kind of funky. And still missing. I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but doesn't run quite right, but hard to say. Well, that's what we mean by the throttle isn't quite right. My hood's giving her. Still missing, but I don't know. Oh, that light's probably way too bright. See anything in there? Oh, here's the old valve spring. Tripped over the jump pack. Part numbers flying. Move that light out of my face. This one. power, like I suspected. That's the one with the worst valve. So or with the valve spring that we had to replace, so I want to drive it, but no battery in this one. Maybe. What sounds like it's destroying itself?
I don't know.
So your fan belt? I don't have my phone.
I feel like I see splatters.
Your fan belt is destroyed. Like
Like no go anymore.
it rolled around on itself.
Time to go home.
That was the first time it's ever like went somewhere then died. Or it was actually moving. Yeah. Oh, I got the wrong thing. Oh, yeah. Oh. Get a better look over here. Oh. You know, we might have one of those. I just want to get it back in the shop. Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
First, I think that's the first time it's ever like drove a significant distance without dying immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Little wins.
Yep.
It might help if we had all tires. You know, getting the rolling resistance down really helps on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's something funky with the governor. I think that's the hard starting issue too. I think the governor just doesn't know what to do. Or when the governor opens up, the carb is just not quite ready, or vice
Got a little
versa.
water count, but that's it. Alright. I'm ready to go home. We'll do something with this and call this a video.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully it turns out.
Yeah. That's all they're going to get.
Yeah.